Good morning, everyone. Hey guys, kind of wanted to cover that statement. Strength doesn't come from what you can do, but it comes from overcoming what you once thought you couldn't. And something I had to learn about myself when I was younger, about 25 years ago. I was very modest in the things that I did. I was modest in my approach. Although I knew I could do certain things, instead of achieving the greatest part of myself or striving to be number one at whatever it was that I was doing, I found it easier to compromise that position and live in a mediocre fashion. And then I started learning as I got older and things started going awry. It's much better for me to work extremely hard to master what it is to be number one, because the chase to the top is actually not as numbered and layered as the chase to the bottom is. Most of us make a run for the bottom, and we do it unwillingly during the day. We think about our jobs. We think, just take for instance me as a 52-year-old man. I remember being Justin's age, and people would ask me what it was I was going to become, and I used to say I'm going to be an architect. Now, not that that job would be removed now or moved on, but it has evolved since I was 6 years old, and over the last 46 years, that job has evolved. What it means to be an architect, what it means to be a builder, designer of buildings today is something totally different than what it meant to be a builder or designer years ago. I was speaking to one of my brother-in-laws, and I was talking about majoring in math, and he was talking about how a lot of the texts and the maths and the sciences, they kind of changed because they changed the format of how you gain a solution. And since change is inevitable, it is something that sometimes we do fear, but we fear it because we don't have any practice. And so this is your opportunity to gain that practice. This is your opportunity to create a new discipline. I personally use COVID-19 as a way or a means to create new disciplines. I didn't say I loved every discipline. I said I created new disciplines. And by creating new disciplines, my mind tends to kind of work on autopilot when it comes to executing now, because it's used to this new discipline. We have to start approaching AI in that fashion. We got to start approaching our money in that fashion. We got to start approaching the blockchain in that fashion, and we got to stop teasing ourselves. And I know this is what people do, because I used to do it myself. I used to say it didn't matter who went in, who was going to become president, because my money didn't change regardless of who was in office. My opportunities didn't change regardless of who I voted for. I was wrong. I was absolutely wrong. And one of the reasons why my money didn't change is because my ideas didn't change, my thoughts didn't change, my habits didn't change. I didn't change my approach to life. I didn't change my zeal for life. I was living a boring life. I was predictable. You know, if you think about it, if your life is that predictable, it's probably not good. There's not enough growth still left there. I want you today to take this moment, think it through, and decide what new skill set you're going to develop, whatever it may be. It doesn't matter. You know, something that I was great at, to be honest with you, I actually way better selling people and closing them face to face. That's my love. Matter of fact, I'd even said for years I'm an inside salesperson. That's me. That's what I had mastered. Then I had to realize, you know, technically I was also an outside salesperson too, or a promoter, because I would get people to come to shows. And what if I could combine both skill sets and learn to love them? Then COVID happened, and it created a space where now we have to talk on a Zoom call. And I'm going to be honest when I say this. I feel sorry for those that haven't enhanced that skill set to speak that way. because we're getting less and less away from the eyeball to eyeball and more into tech. And so what I would like for most of you to do is start developing some of those leadership skills that you're going to need to take in the future with you and your family. Because it's all coming down to how well you can get your idea out there, how well you can speak it, and how much activity you put in to your given day. So I love you all to life. Guys, I'm going to fly out here today and probably won't be on much the rest of the day. But I'll see you on the other side. Love you to life. Take care.